Hello, everyone. This is Morgan Cook with Positively Osceola, and welcome to another episode of Daybreak Live right here with Positively Osceola. So excited to be coming to you today. We have some great information that we are going to be sharing with you guys. Today, we welcome a community leader who does exactly what we say all the time right here at Positively Osceola, and that is making a positive difference in our community. We're very excited to have Mr. Justin Hetu from the City of Kissimmee with us. Art Lee from City of St. Cloud Solid Waste Management was scheduled to be on today's show as well, but with sudden scheduling conflicts coming up, which is the way it goes in today's world, we're always so busy. So it's going to be all about Justin Hetu with Kissimmee. We're very excited to have him with us today. So be sure to hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button. Let me know in the comment section who we have with us. I'm going to come on here as well and hit the share button so that way everyone knows of all the wonderful things we're going to be talking about. It's a very important topic. We're going to be discussing all about recycling, which there's lots of details to know. It's a lot more complex than just what the simple mind thinks of when it comes to recycling. So we're very excited to have Justin with us today. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started this morning with our Daybreak Live. Alrighty, so at this time, we're going to go ahead and welcome our special guest, Mr. Justin Hetu. Good morning, Justin. How are you doing?
Morning. How are you doing, Morgan? Very well. Very well.
We're doing great. We're so excited to have you with us. So most of us realize that we live in a rapid growing area. St. Cloud and Kissimmee are both growing at one of the fastest rates in the state. And that means Kissimmee, St. Cloud, and our county need to work hard to be on top of all that growth. And as members of our community, we want to play our part when it comes to recycling correctly. So we are here to discuss all the things of recycling. So we called in the best. We're so excited to have you with us this morning. So to go ahead and get straight into our discussion, you are very integrated with how recycling works in Kissimmee. So go ahead and give us a short overview of the recycling system in Kissimmee and what you guys use and the similarities and differences that exist between Kissimmee, St. Cloud, and Osceola County.
Well, I will say right now we're all trying to work together, which is kind of cool because we all sort of work with the same system, which is the single stream recycling system. I don't know, Morgan, you're very young, so I don't know if you remember, but way back in the day when I was a kid, you had to split your recycling in different buckets and stuff, and paper and plastic here. Well, with the single stream recycling system that the City of Kissimmee uses and City of St. Cloud and Osceola County, that's why we only have one recycling bin. So with the single stream system, we've sort of streamlined the way that we can get recycling and make it easier to our customers. But at the same time, there are restrictions that come with it. You can't put plastic bags in the system. And also going forward, as we're changing and evolving in the modern world, you also cannot recycle glass in our systems any longer.
Right. Now, what would you say is the biggest confusion people have when it comes to recycling?
I'm going to quote Art now. Now, I've been working very closely with the City of Kissimmee and City of St. Cloud and Art with the City of St. Cloud. And he's great. That man is a walking encyclopedia of recycling knowledge. But one of the things that he uses all the time that I really like is when in doubt, throw it out. So one of the things that people don't understand is if you're rinsing something off and you're questioning whether it can be recycled, if there's any doubt, throw it out. Because with our recycling system, if there's too much non-recyclables in the recycling system, that means we can't actually bring that recycling load to the recycling center. It has to go to the landfill.
Wow.
Yeah. So I always we like to keep it simple. We like to make it as easy as understandable as we can for our citizens. And when in doubt, throw it out seems to be the one that we both use quite often. So if you have any doubt about something that's not recyclable, toss it out.
Absolutely. Now, talking on that topic, what happens when recycling bins from homes or maybe even businesses contain garbage and other waste that are not recyclable? What is that process and what has to happen?
So what we have is a system like I said before, the single stream recycling system. Now, the single stream recycling system is one bin and it goes to one place. However, it is monitored. So if there's too much garbage in the recycling truck as it goes along, it will actually have to go to the landfill. So and the rate is 30%. Wow. If over 30% of the truck, if 30% or over of the truck is non-recyclable, that entire truck has to go to the landfill and none of it will be recycled. So if you recycle perfectly, which I'm sure you do, Morgan, and I recycle perfectly, but our neighbor, we'll use a name at random. We'll use Keith. If Keith doesn't recycle correctly, that means that our perfect rinsed recycling will not get into the recycling center and will not be reused. It will have to go to landfill. And that's why it's so important. And that's why I wanted to come on today and just talk about recycling is incredibly important. It's good for the environment, but more importantly than that, especially with the city of St. Cloud and the city of Kissimmee, is we have to recycle correctly.
Right.
And that's a very big deal. Recycling right is as important as recycling at all. Because if we were all doing it correctly and we're all doing it right, then it goes exactly for what it's used for, and it can be reused and be put in other things that we use every day.
Right. Absolutely. Now, since we began this series with both the St. Cloud and Kissimmee, we're hearing from the community that what can sometimes be confusing is that some containers and plastic objects actually have recyclable markings on them, but they're not actually recyclable in St. Cloud and Kissimmee or Osceola County. So what can we tell people when it comes to this question?
I'm glad you asked that. That's a kind of a concern, and probably about 15% of the calls I get on the daily are people being like, well, I recycled that, but I was told it was, but it isn't, but it says it on the box. So the easiest way to find out what's recyclable where you live is to go on the websites, kissimmee.gov or stcloud.gov, and you can click on the links there for the recycling page, and we have very clear, very up-to-date things on what can and can't be recycled in your recycling bin. Like we said, we use a single stream recycling bin, so there are some restrictions. So a lot of the things there are a couple things that I like to hit straight off the bat. That's the biggest thing for us. What is, you don't have to bag your recycling. Recycling has to go loose into the recycling bin. Also, plastic bags are not recyclable. I know the word plastic is in the plastic bag, and I know that you think, oh, plastic's recyclable. That is true, but with the single stream recycling we use, you cannot recycle plastic bags.
Absolutely. Just so you know, Mr. Keith commented, he said, for the record, I'm the recycle police in my house. Just saying.
Yeah, you just got to poke him every now and then, you know?
Every now and then we have to give him some fun. So continuing on, you mentioned glass. And if I'm correct, like you said, residents in Kissimmee can recycle glass, but not in St. Cloud or in unincorporated areas in the county. Is that correct? And give us a little detail about that.
That actually is not correct starting July 6th. So starting July 6th, the city of Kissimmee is streamlining with St. Cloud and Osceola County. Our transfer stations are no longer accepting glass as a recyclable thing. So we have to adapt to that. So the city of St. Cloud and the city of Kissimmee really work together. I work with Art and Dave and Mariemma, and we're really working together with our communications team as well, Melissa and Josh and Austin. And we're putting the message out. We're just changing the way we recycle. Again, one of the most important things about recycling is recycling correctly. And we want to make that as easy as we can for all of Osceola County. So it actually helps us more if there's a single set rules for all of us all together. No matter where you are in Osceola County, there's one set of rules for recycling, and these are them. So at this point, starting July 6th, we will not be accepting glass in the recycling bins in the city of Kissimmee anymore. And that's just so we can be a little bit more efficient and, progress with the times a little bit.
Absolutely. Now, slightly off topic, but in the same category, when it comes to hazardous waste or hazardous materials, where and how can they be properly disposed of?
So the hazardous waste and hazardous materials like paint or propane or stuff like that can be taken to the St. Cloud transfer station on your own. They are open, I believe it's 5 to 6 days a week, and you can bring it there yourself. That cannot be put in a garbage or a recycling bin. Again, they're made of metal, they're made of plastic. I completely understand the confusion, but those cannot go in either your garbage or recycling bins. Those can be brought to the St. Cloud transfer station, though.
Absolutely. So for the people that are joining us in our audience that we have today, if they were looking to research more information about proper recycling or just get more details, where can they go and visit to get more details about recycling in their community?
Well, the stcloud.gov, their city website. I know they just put up a bunch of fancy new graphics for their recycling because we've been going through it, and you guys have been helping. Positively Osceola has been great and get the message out to the people. Our website, kissimmee.gov, as well, is a great resource to go on and look up what can and cannot be recycled, where you can bring it. That's just been updated and it's being changed as we speak. So yeah, things are moving forward. But as usual, you can find it on the internet.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you so much for joining us here on Positively Osceola's Daybreak Live. And I hope, as busy as you are, you're able to join us again in the near future. And fingers crossed that hopefully next time Mr. Artley will be able to join us from the St. Cloud next time.
Way better than me at this anyways. He's great. I love working with Art. He does a lot of for us,
Absolutely. This is a super important subject. And as we shared, we want to recycle more. We want more efficiently. So our efforts to recycle don't fail sending the recycling material to the landfill. Thank you so much again for joining us here for our Daybreak Live. Once again, this is Morgan Cook with Positively Osceola. And along with Justin Hetu from the City of Kissimmee, we're making a positive difference in and around Osceola County.
Thank you.